What up? What up? What up? It's Rec League Podcast, man. Episode number 72. My name is Randy Little. If we being technical, I guess I'm your host for your podcasting experience. I don't consider myself a host, man. It's Rec League, man. I don't know what I'm doing. I just asked some friends to do a podcast with me. I don't even know if through the technical scientific terminology of a podcast, if what we do is a podcast. We friends hanging out, nerding out, talking about movies, man. This show, if you on the audio, we obviously we on Anchor, we on Google Podcasts, we on Apple Podcasts, we on Podchaser, we on Good Pods. Give a rating, whether it's a 1-star, whether it's a 5-star. Give us a review, man. It helps the podcast get seen, get noticed, get more eyes and ears to it. If you on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the dislike button, drop a comment. I don't care if you tell me I'm ugly, just drop a comment. Yeah, man. I know I haven't checked the analytics lately, man, but if you're not in the USA watching or listening, I appreciate you. If you in another country, I know we got Canadian fans because one of my panelists is from Canada. I appreciate you, man. So on this episode of the pod, like in like 20, 30 years, like somebody could win some geek trivia off of this. Jason Reitman is the son of Ivan Reitman. Ivan Reitman directed the first 2 Ghostbusters movies. Jason Reitman is directing the new Ghostbusters movie, Ghostbusters Afterlife. And that, I was like, why shouldn't we just talk about both of their careers, man? Like, it is, I thought it would be, and it definitely was a very fun and entertaining conversation. Nick is with me. Melissa is with me. My guy, E-Sig, is with me. Check out his podcast, too, the Sigma Cinema Podcast. He just did a review on The Harder They Fall that I listened to the other day. And the same goes for him. Give him those ratings. Give him those reviews. Give him those bumps in recognition, man. Because it's not, like, not to go off on anything, but if we putting together a podcast, like what you listening to, what you watching, isn't all that it is. Like it's kind of a grind, as they say. But recently released on Blu-ray and DVD on the 2nd of November. It looks like Disney Movie Club released Melody Time, Make Music Mine. It looks like the complete series of Sex and the City came out on Blu-ray. Scream got a re-release. Paw Patrol the movie came out. 9 Days. I see some Yellowstone Blu-rays in here. I might buy Yellowstone because my wife wants to watch it. Star Trek Discovery. I'm not gonna talk about those combo packs. That's not my bag. This past Tuesday, it says Evolution, but Evolution got delayed until the 23rd. LA Story with Steve Martin came out, and I mentioned later on, you'll hear me say that I wish I had my Evolution Blu-ray. Batman Year One, the animated movie, got a 4K. Reminiscence came out. The most recent season of Legends of Tomorrow came out. Snowpiercer Season 2. Dead Space. Respect, the Aretha Franklin movie came out. It looks like a straight-to-video Beethoven Christmas movie got a Blu-ray. This upcoming Tuesday, Mulholland Drive is getting a 4K. It looks like the Mad Max franchise is getting 4K. Oh, snap. Jungle Cruise is this Tuesday. Jungle Cruise and Candyman are coming out. Christmas with the Cranks is coming out. I thought Jungle Cruise was going to be the following Tuesday. Fast and Furious, the 9-movie collection. I hate when they do that. I hate studios milking that money and the schmucks that buy the movies of all 9 Fast and Furious movies, knowing that there's another movie coming. On to November 23rd, Dracula Dead and Loving It is coming from Shout Factory. Uncut Gems, Citizen Kane, Minister Society are getting 4Ks. And for the packaging for those motherfuckers is sexy too. That's really it. November 23rd is kind of a slow Tuesday. recently in the theater, Eternals came out, the new MCU movie, this past Wednesday, I should say. Clifford the Big Red Dog came out to the theater and on Paramount Plus. And then Home Sweet Home Alone is on Disney Plus, and Red Notice is out on Netflix. That might be in your theater. It's obviously on Netflix. Yeah, man. So when I come back, we talking father, son, Ivan Reitman, Jason Reitman, a little bit of Ghostbusters. It's Regular League, baby. Welcome everyone to the not Taylor Swift discussion of the Rec League podcast.
Bye.
Very quickly, I know I didn't bring this up with any of y'all, but do y'all think that Vin Diesel and like his team was like behind the scenes like, hey Dwayne, come to Fast 10, and he either got ignored or The Rock said no, so Vin Diesel went to social media begging him, hey little brother, come to Fast 10, it's your destiny.
Yeah. No, that's definitely what happened.
Okay.
I saw in an interview that The Rock said he was like, it was after Vin Diesel made the comment about like being Fellini-esque or whatever, and like somebody interviewed The Rock about it, and he like laughed, and he was like, well, I wish them the best of luck in any movies they do that will be without me. Like that was his quote.
Yeah, I think he's out.
Yeah, he's not like in a hurry to go back to the Fast.
Doesn't need.
He does not need to.
He knows they need him, because I don't care what you guys say. F9 was butt.
I like F9, but it could have used the Rock.
It's like even in like obviously The Rock wasn't the comic relief in Red Notice, but he had his moments of humor.
Yeah,
his like quick wit replies is what F9 needed to bounce off Tyrese.
It's true. He should have gone to space. Spoiler alert. Sorry.
Well, especially after this weekend, Red Notice having the biggest streaming opening day.
Yeah, I'm telling you, by January 1st, Red Notice 2, guys.
Yeah. So, that's...
And they better call it Blue Notice.
But, Vin Diesel, that's the bed he made, so...
He's got his Marvel money. He's fine. Okay, you guys know I'm a nerd. All of our regular audience knows I'm a nerd. So I thought it was really cool that Jason Reitman is directing Ghostbusters Afterlife, and his dad, Ivan Reitman, directed the first two. So I just wanted to like talk and appreciate and maybe shit on a few of their movies. Let's see. Eric, what's Ivan Reitman's worst movie or your least favorite?
Ivan Reitman's worst movie?
Yes.
Probably has to be... I was just talking about that. I don't know, probably be my super ex-girlfriend.
Really? I don't think I ever saw it, so I can't really clap back at you.
No, it's as far as I don't see anything being worse than that. And I've seen Strings Attached, so.
Oh, no. I have one.
No, it's definitely my super ex-girlfriend. I like No Strings Attached.
Oh my God, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
Well,
one of my posters fell.
I was gonna say, what just happened in Canada?
I was getting ready to defend No Strings Attached.
No, it's I like God bless messing with you, but my super.
And we're frozen.
Something about those. It was 5 years too late, and maybe more than that, because y'all remember when superhero movies weren't necessarily taken seriously, and they only were made like the comedy superhero movies, like Mystery Man, and they had a few ones. And
Hancock.
by 2006, Hancock was it was humor, but it wasn't as goofy like my Super X is, which was almost parody.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
And by 2006, that movie was automatically, as soon as it released, was outdated.
If it came out within like 2 months of X-Men: The Last Stand, so it was fine. its release date was okay.
I mean, man, this movie came out after Batman Begins. And,
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and even Spider-Man 2, one of the best superhero movies of all time, was already 2 years earlier.
All time.
And this parody / whatever superhero movie it had good intention. I think it would have been great in '96, but.
But was it even marketed? Because I have such little memory of the whole thing.
It's vague.
I know I saw it, but no memory. Just remembering that wasn't good at all.
I'm pretty sure the marketing was horrible.
Yeah, and I love Luke Wilson, so like of course I would want to try it, but I remember it was so bad.
Yeah.
Did he like throw a shark?
Yeah,
in
that's
like
the movie.
Window, like he like tried to break up with her or something, so she like threw a shark at him.
Oh, I gotta see this.
Remember that? She like flies out the window and gets a shark and like throws it through his window.
Yeah.
Maybe it's great. Like maybe that sounds.
Oh,
great.
you haven't seen it? Yeah, that's right.
I haven't seen my Super Ex-Girlfriend.
It's been 15 years since I've seen it. I know I watched it back in high school.
Cast looks solid.
Yeah, cast was great, and it's just the idea was excellent, the execution, and it was just
from the same studio that released the X-Men. Maybe Disney will reboot it into a series on Disney Plus.
Probably.
Probably already. Me and Melissa have the exact same least favorite Ivan Reitman movie, so.
Ooh.
That's us.
Go at it.
I'd probably do. Just based on the ones that I've seen. I feel Father's Day is probably the most disappointing.
Yeah.
Like
Father's Day is worse than my Super Ex-Girlfriend, for sure.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I don't remember my Super Ex-Girlfriend being like bad or good. It's like Father's Day. I wouldn't even call it like bad. Like it's not like horrible. It's just like Billy Crystal, Robin Williams. Like that should be hysterically fun. Like it should at least be good for laughs.
That should be an automatic 5.
I don't even remember. Yeah, I don't even remember it being like funny. Like it's been a few years since I watched it, but it's just like it's like forgettable. It's like you can call my Super Ex-Girlfriend forgettable. It's like I remember the movie with Uma Thurman and Luke Wilson, and it's like no, that's not that big a deal. It's like you remember the movie where Robin Williams and Billy Crystal were on a road trip looking for their son that they think is theirs or something like that. I'm like, that should be a classic.
That's a good point.
Have I not seen that?
About it being forgettable, because I forgot about it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's at worst, like, I just remember it being, like, not that funny. Like, nothing really to remember. And that sucks.
I wonder if they had, like, a break from filming, and that's when they squeezed in that cold open from Friends.
Yeah, it is why. They were on the same studio lot or something, and it wasn't planned. And then they didn't even write any lines for it. They just improvised it, I'm pretty sure.
So you're the gynecologist?
That's the Instagram rumor anyway. Because I follow all these friends' Instagram pages.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
I remember that more than the movie.
Exactly.
Do you mind? I'm trying to have a serious conversation.
The movie is so bad. I tried to rewatch it the other day, or maybe watch it for the first time, sorry. And I only made it a half hour. Like, it crams in everything disgusting you could think of, like so much vomit, incest, like misogyny. Just like the taste is so bad, it's so crass, and I'm trying to find the laughs or the humor or the good part. Besides, like looking at San Francisco, I mean, there's really nothing.
I guess that's what you can expect from a movie written by a guy named Babalu.
Okay.
Wait, what?
That's the person's name who wrote this movie.
Babalu
when the incest joke happened, I was like, okay, that's good. I'm done. Yeah.
It's like coming back. I saw this movie once, and for obvious reasons, never watched it again.
Well, yeah.
So like, it's been a couple years. I feel like I watched it like on Father's Day. Like I do own it. Like one of those things. Like it was like Happy Father's Day Instagram. Time to watch this.
I did that.
I also like. Fun fact, I also think the movie Mother's Day, directed by Gary Marshall, is the worst. I
like that movie, FYI.
Oh, I thought Mother's Day was awful. So, like, I think I did it that year, like, both days. Like what's up, Instagram? Time to watch Mother's Day.
Yeah,
I just had a bad time.
Don't worry, you're not the only one. It's probably like a 16 on Rotten Tomatoes or something, but
But listen to some of these movies that Babalu has done, because Babalu. Melissa's gonna love this. Night Shift, Splash, Spies Like Us, Parenthood, City Slickers, A League of Their Own.
A League of Their Own? Okay, wow.
City Slickers 2, Forget Paris.
So Night Shift is early, Ron Howard, right?
Multiplicity, yes.
I love Night Shift.
Ed TV, Robots, Fever Pitch.
He wrote all of these.
Shut up.
It says partial filmography.
Wait a minute. The 2005 Fever Pitch?
Babalu might be a legend.
Is that a real person?
Dead
Comedy
ass.
classic Fever Pitch.
Because
This sounds like a pseudonym for something.
Because his name is Babalu. I keep saying it because it's funny. I want to see how many times I can Babalu
Does he have
into
a
this
last name,
podcast.
So you better.
To be
What's
honest,
his
Babalu
last name?
is a nickname. It's Mark.
Okay, yeah, his name is
Babalu.
Mark Mandel, but it says Babalu in parentheses.
And he credits himself as Babalu Mandel, so call him Babalu.
But Babalu,
I'm gonna call him Babalu.
Is a single bad movie in that bunch?
like the two best baseball movies of all time. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, no, Randy, man, like that's half joke, half true. He might be some kind of legend.
Wah ba balu ba ba la bam Babalu.
That's hilarious.
Fever Pitch.
So
Fever Pitch, like based on something?
Yeah, it's based on a Nick Hornby novel. But,
Yeah.
but still, I love that screenplay. So if he wrote it, props to him.
Babalu rubbed some like another coat of paint on. Man, I love Fever Pitch.
Me too.
He's the same guy wrote Fever Pitch and Robots in the same year, and like
Yeah.
win an Oscar.
Okay,
That's fucked up.
let's get Jason Reitman's worst out of the way.
Ooh, good question.
I'm gonna go with the front runner. Not that it's bad, it's just my least favorite.
Right, it'd be at least.
I have the same answer, but I feel kind of bad about that because it's not terrible. It's no Father's Day.
I thought the front runner was good.
That's
Labor
true.
Day to me is a bad movie.
See, I haven't seen Labor Day.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm sure no one else has seen it.
I think Labor Day is like.
You love watching those holiday movies.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I watched on Labor Day, but I think like there was a day Labor Day fell on like a Thursday, and it was my throwback movie. I gave it like a 2. I hate the plot of Labor Day.
Labor Day is always on a Monday.
Who's the star of Labor Day? I don't know.
Josh Brolin and Kate Winslet.
Brolin.
But wait, yeah, Labor Day is always on a Monday.
And
Maybe
Toby.
it was whatever. I forget.
Yeah, Randy.
I don't remember.
You
What am I even?
and your calendar technicalities,
He uses a calendar.
right?
But
So this probably across the board for Reitman, right?
Jason.
But now the least favorite, I think everybody's gonna choose Labor Day because that's mine.
Oh, I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I hate the plot of Labor Day.
Two of us haven't seen Labor Day.
There's no way that plot would work out in real life the way
Yeah, it's
it worked.
dead in the water when it just did.
It's disgusting. It's gross. I hate it.
Wow.
He like kidnaps. He like is holding them hostage, isn't he? Or maybe it's been like 6 years since I've seen it. But
Isn't that Room
Yeah.
with Brie Larson?
he's like holding them hostage. Like he like picks him up at like a grocery store, like with a baseball cap. He's like, "I need to use your card." He like puts his hand on the kid's shoulder, and he's like, "No, this needs to happen right now."
Hey,
She's like, okay. And then like he takes him on, and like they fall in love. Like, get the fuck. Yeah.
Whoa, that's what it is.
Yeah.
What
Dude,
the
I hate it
fuck?
so much.
hey, Thanos
Yeah.
gonna Thanos, man.
I mean, like, I get it. Like, it's too, like, like, look at the poster. Like, it's like, wow, hot people being hot. But it's like the plot is like, ugh, oh, I just hate that. And I'm like, you let him around your child that he was going to, like, kill at the grocery store?
Wow, this sounds
Yeah.
awful.
I did not know
Man.
about this. The Blu-ray cover, the posters, everything looks
Oh,
like
so you
a
haven't
romance
seen it
movie.
either, Randy, right?
No, I've been saying this for 5 minutes. I haven't seen
I
Labor
don't
Day.
know.
I'm sorry, I don't know why.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know why.
I own Labor Day. I own Men, Women, and Children, and I haven't watched either one of them.
I want to see Men, Women, and Children one day, but
I
I've
haven't
been kind of
seen Juno since
I'm gonna
early
procrastinate.
2008.
I think it came out the same year as Labor Day, if I'm not mistaken, or within the same time frame.
Yeah, Labor Day came out in theaters like January 2014, like wide release. Maybe it was limited in 13. Men, Women, and Children was
They
like
didn't even release it
fall
on Labor Day.
2014. No, it wasn't a September release.
They dumped it because they knew.
Yeah. Maybe test
They did.
audiences reacted like Nick. And
Jason,
we're
what
like,
the
this is
fuck?
disgusting.
Gang.
What the actual
Running out.
fuck, Jason?
I think I gave it a 2, just based on, like, it's like Josh Brolin and Kate Winslet. It's like, at least you got 2 stars
Attractive people.
worth watching. But I just remember hating the plot. Like, I feel like I watched it with my mom, and, like, my mom was, like, into it. Like, my mom was like, oh,
Yeah.
are you shitting me? Like, I just looked at her, and I was like, come on.
Well, yeah, the movie, it has its target audience, and they
White
eat
people.
it up.
No.
White
my mom's
people.
the same.
Brolin, babe.
Yeah.
That's why they cast them. They cast them for a reason. Yeah, we could get away with this.
The Goonies fan club.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm a part of that fan club. And I'm like, I didn't like it.
Yeah, but it's gonna be yeah, I guess that's it.
Other than
Before
the 2 I haven't seen by Jason Reitman, which I assume are, like, I assume young adult is, like, very good. I've always heard it's
Young
good.
adult.
I'm sure that's you would like that.
Young
actually.
adult's good.
All the other ones I've got are, like I like The Front Runner. That's probably my second from bottom, but I thought that was a good movie.
Hmm.
Maybe I'm
It was just
an asshole.
boring for me.
I give
Sorry.
young adult a 3.5.
Unforgettable, like, in the grand scheme of things.
I kept waiting for something interesting or dramatic, and I was just kind of like,
Yeah. I mean, I only watched it once. That was
But it
like
wasn't. There's nothing wrong. Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
Hugh Jackman being a dog. What's not to love?
I
Yeah.
guess.
Hey.
I got, like, all his other movies, like, rated pretty highly that I have seen. So,
Oh man.
So
I
let's
guess everybody's allowed one.
switch it back
Bad
to
one.
Ivan.
Yes.
I know. I'm pretty sure me and Eric have the same favorite. I want to say me, Eric, and Nick do, but I'm not positive.
Oh.
I gotta keep looking at his.
Nick has wonky taste sometimes. Melissa, what's your favorite
I mean,
Ivan
yeah.
Reitman?
Obviously, it's Kindergarten Cop.
Kindergarten Cop is amazing.
I love
Speaking
that
of which,
movie.
That's my number 2.
Melissa, what did you think about Jason Reitman's performance in Kindergarten Cop?
I don't know who he played.
He played boy making out with girl during fire. Don't you know the
Very
building
good.
is on fire?
Very good. I don't know.
No, you wouldn't know that.
The funny thing about that movie is, like, I grew up with it. I loved it then. Sometimes I try these childhood movies to see if I still love it now. I still love it now just as much. And the funny thing is, on Letterboxd, it's like there's a lot of people that don't like it, and I was completely shocked. Sometimes I look at these childhood favorites, and I'm like, wait, people don't agree that this is a 5 or 6 star movie like I do. Like, I
What's
love
not
it
to love?
so much, and it's completely shocking. I didn't
Yeah.
realize, but I love it.
It's no Kindergarten Cop 2 with Dolph Lundgren and Bill Bellamy.
Hey man, you stepping on my material, man. I was gonna ask her, have you seen Kindergarten Cop 2?
No, I haven't.
No.
But I'm sure you have, right, Randy?
Fuck no.
Oh, I
Hell
thought
no.
you had. I thought you were, like, doing one of those, like, I'm
Fuck
gonna
no.
watch all of.
I had my little phase earlier this year where I
Yeah.
bought a lot of straight
It
to
was
video
on Netflix.
wrestling sequels,
I
but
was gonna say
Universal
the Marines.
Universal dumping out all those straight to video sequels. I'm not
Sequels,
touching with
yeah.
a 10-foot pole.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And as you
sorry.
should. I tried to watch. It was. I think it was on Netflix or Prime. And yeah, no. I mean, I'm glad people. I'm glad my boy Dolph was getting a nice page, and Bill Bellamy.
Hey
But,
man,
Yeah, Bill's cool.
fuck Kindergarten
Bill's
Cop.
cool.
He need to do, if they're gonna do straight to video, do how to be a player too, straight to
Yeah.
video.
I like Bill, so I have to admit I was a little curious too, but yeah, I just never got around to it.
Man.
And
But
then I saw the reviews, and then it's like, well,
Yeah,
They
nah,
did
it's
Undercover
just-
Brother 2. They did
Ugh.
Bulletproof
Bulletproof.
2.
Inside
just-
Man.
milking it. We got these
2.
licenses sitting here.
Bulletproof
Yeah.
2, the Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
But
it's,
there's
yeah.
no Adam
It's on-
Sandler
No
in it.
shame.
Damon Wayans.
No shame.
Oh my god,
Universal.
who's in Bulletproof 2? Sorry.
Faison Love plays Damon Wayans.
Like the same
It's
character.
supposed to be him. And who is it? What's the dude's name?
What is going on?
Random white guy.
What the guy's name?
And you know what's funny? What is it? Sudden Death. Welcome to Sudden Death, which is it's not a sequel, but it's a reboot. And the movie was terrible, and I actually interviewed the director, and I
I'm about
told
to say
him I thought it was terrible.
Reboot that
And he's
shit
a
to the
cool guy.
dumpster.
he was cool about it, but I can see when I said it.
But
But you know something, seriously, Melissa?
Get your money, bro, but that shit sucked.
I think it's one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's best intros in a movie. When he oh, allow me to introduce myself, and the shotgun.
My name is John Kimball, and I love my car very much.
Like, I'm just gonna watch it.
Yeah, he was. That's what I don't know.
I think it's so funny, and no joke, his performance. I love his performance in that movie. Like, I love it. I love everything. No complaints from me. I don't know that I just love that one. I know you guys like. Okay, I don't want to step on your favorite, but that's my favorite.
Hey, early performance from Angela Bassett as the flight attendant.
Nah, bro, but that's an amazing swerve though. Like it starts off with typical badass cop, grizzled Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then because the partner's sick, spoilers for a 31-year-old movie. The partner's sick, and he has to get clean cut and deal with all these kids. They're gonna eat you alive.
The funny thing is, it's kind of like a predecessor to all those other movies I love, like Billy Madison, School of Rock, like Daddy Daycare. Like, I love all that. I love all those movies, and it's like the same formula. I don't know where it started, but you know.
Yo, but Arnold did an interview within like the last year or two. I think he said that his favorite movie of his is Kindergarten Cop because he like got to fully flex his comedic chops.
Yes, it's such a funny movie.
Yeah, and he's hilarious.
So you know, kids can be annoying, but in this movie, like they're just so young and natural and
Mr.
very
Campbell,
funny.
Mr. Campbell.
Yeah, and the chemistry is it's so good.
I have to go to the bathroom.
I used to sit on the floor. Like, I was very little when Kindergarten Cop came out. I used to sit on the floor and just roll.
You were still in the crib.
Girls have a vagina, and I used to be
like, I got a serious question.
Nah, I'm calling bullshit. Kindergarten Cop came out when Nick was like 6 months old. I don't want to hear this shit.
It came out
when you watched it years later, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
No,
did he say
calendar
movie,
accuracy?
I don't remember. Did he say I'll be back in Kindergarten Cop?
I don't have the encyclopedic memory that you guys have.
I want to say he did. I
remember.
Y'all know I just watched a lot of his movies, and he squeezed that line into a lot of his early stuff.
And another of his underrated trademark lines is "Do it." I don't know if you know that one. Do it, do it, and
do it. Come on, do it now.
Do it, come on.
But yeah, that's
Are these all of your lunches?
Yeah, Kindergarten Cop. And I'm the villain of the movie, or the main villain, who's the son and his mother. I remember him. There's a movie nobody knows about. It makes me crazy. He was this is a movie called 3 O'Clock High. He was the bully. And that's where I remember him from.
I've heard of it, at least, because of Blatterbox.
I forget his name. Is it Richard Tyson or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I like him as a villain.
There's something about Mary. That's like
wow.
The only other thing I think of him in.
But no, that's a good one. Melissa, you can't knock that at all.
Anything, yeah.
Like, honestly, we're talking about Kindergarten Cop, and like, I feel like we're all three got like the same number one, I guess. But it's like, honestly, like, it could be Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah. So I said it's my number 2.
Yeah.
Like,
honestly, we all agree that it's good.
Yeah, but like for me, like not the stuff I get, Ghostbusters, I guess, is his kind of
the one
movie.
Yeah,
obviously.
To me, like, I love Ghostbusters. I really like it. I always have. But like, I know people who like hold it in the highest regard. Like, it's like their Star Trek. Like, they eat, sleep, and breathe Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I've never been like that with Ghostbusters. Like, to me, Kindergarten Cop is like.
That's how I feel about Kindergarten Cop. Yeah. That's like Star Wars.
I eat, sleep, and breathe Kindergarten Cop.
But you know something? It's people. I think Kindergarten Cop is underrated in that sense.
Yeah.
That,
in the grand scheme of things, it's like, I know.
I feel like it was a moment in time. I wonder if people younger or older than us get it the way I do. I don't know.
Right. That's I think that's what the problem is.
All these younger people are rating it now, and they don't get it. And I think maybe you had to be like, I could be totally wrong because I hate when people make those generalizations, but our age group totally, like, me and my brother just love it. There's no question. And then you grow up and you realize, oh, other people don't see it this way. Like, it's
But
weird.
Melissa, you made the point though. This movie, it set the standard, and there's been so many movies that's done this. School of Rock, blah blah blah. People don't realize they'll see this after they've seen all of those and be like, oh, it's nothing new.
I feel like
it's like someone who shouldn't deal with kids all of a sudden has to deal with kids.
Yeah. I think it's set that
Fish out of
set
water.
it for like the action movies, like Mr. Nanny or like Suburban Commando,
Yeah.
or like Pacifier. Like those
Interesting.
all suck though. Like I would say, like most of those.
Yeah, and it's not
movies,
easy to do. Good point. Yeah.
Interesting,
the Game Plan, like the Tooth Fairy, like most of those movies suck.
Wow, there's so many.
Kindergarten Cop doesn't suck at all.
No.
Like to me,
Yeah.
Kindergarten Cop's a great movie.
Yeah.
You
So-
always notice those patterns of those copycat movies. Like, that's crazy how many there were. That's
Santa
weird.
with muscles.
And it's kind of like
Even Jingle All the Way. Even Jingle All the Way to a much lesser extent. That's also
no
great.
offense, I don't like that movie. Yeah.
But like it even sets the kind of thing. It's like you put a guy, I don't know, but to be like Kindergarten Cop.
But no, I
bad.
think that's fair. I don't think is you had this kind of you had to be there because it's kind of like just
You
going
had to
off
be
track
there.
a second, like horror. I've seen people watch the original Halloween and through their lens they criticize it because it has all of the familiar tropes.
Yeah,
and
I
it
can see
itself
that.
popularized it back in the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like if you
But
watch
that's kinda what
Cops
Kindergarten
Black,
Cop
and
is.
You watch Halloween, you did it wrong.
Yeah, but
Yeah, like I saw the War of the Roses for the first time, and I was like, "What?" But it's been copied a lot. But
yeah.
now it's like I've seen too much, and I had to be there. That's a movie that I had to be there for because I don't get why people love that so much.
The Matrix is another one. If we're like on that topic, like I feel like if you haven't seen the Matrix movies now, and if you were to go back and watch them now, having
don't know.
seen all these action movies,
for
they'd be
the
like,
younger generations, they probably
They'd
wouldn't
be-
get it.
this is weird. Like this is lame. This isn't that
99
cool.
is
No,
20,
it
it's
is.
22 years ago.
Yeah, it is a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess
But anyway,
Sorry, Randy.
Yeah, my feelings are hurt
About Jingle All the Way.
about
right?
Jingle All the Way.
oh, you still
Sorry.
The nerve.
Jingle All the Way, that is one, like, it came out when I was a child. I was like 7 when I saw it. So I loved it. I was like, well, this is cinema. This is
It's
great.
turbo
I love
time.
it. You know, I watch it all the time now. Had it come out like now, or when I was like in high school, an adult, like I probably would have been like, this is stupid. This is on the same line.
I'm
Fuck
sorry,
that
it's
shit.
just not for me.
I just
And
sat through.
I want to like it so much. I'm not even kidding.
I just sat through Clifford the Big Red Dog. If Jingle All the Way came out today, I'm going to see it.
Yeah, Clifford the
I
Dog.
probably would too. I just, you know.
I did not have the energy for Clifford.
It's on Paramount Plus. You have no excuse.
That's what I said.
He
I
has
was like,
a lot
I'm
of
definitely not going to
excuses.
the
What are
theater.
you talking about?
No, sir.
I'm definitely not going to the theater to see it, but I was like, it is on Paramount. I was like, I just don't have the energy. I think, like, I watched Tom and Jerry,
Yeah.
and that was like my final straw.
Before
Yeah.
before we
I can
move
see
on,
that.
I want the record to show that Kindergarten Cop may be the very first movie I ever saw in the theater.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Maybe. So,
I'm jealous. I don't think I saw it in the theater. and
What are
I'm
we
older
doing?
than
I
you.
had it on like a taped VHS tape.
Yeah, same. Had to
recorded.
be same.
my earliest
Yeah.
movie, my earliest memories in the theater are Kindergarten Cop and Secret of the Ooze. And Kindergarten Cop came out
Wow.
first.
Mine are Snow White and Hook. So Hook was right after.
Hook
so
is-
damn,
Hook is an
Kindergarten Cop
amazing
would have been
first
been
movie.
even better. Yeah.
Mine was Aladdin.
Ooh, I love.
barely remember it. I remember the
Yeah.
cave.
Who takes
I'm
a
only-
2-year-old to the theater?
You guys are lucky. I wish we went to the theater more. You know, but
Yeah,
So,
that was like that's why I like it so much now because it was like a treat. It's like holy fuck. It was like Annie.
Holy fuck.
You ever watch Annie? Where they all get dressed up and they go to the movies and they sing a song about it.
Absolutely not.
It was like that in my house, even though we weren't like going to New York City. We were just like going down the street. Anyway, fuck you guys.
Fuck you. Ardo,
that's how I feel about Aladdin. But I think we only just saw the VHS at home,
Damn.
and I still was like, this is the greatest movie of all time. Let's watch it 100 times in a row.
Exactly. That's what I did.
Eric, before we move on to our favorite Jason Reitman, Eric, you want to gush over Ghostbusters?
He's my favorite. Oh, no. So speaking of Nick, something he said.
He
I
said
don't
a
know
lot.
why people hold Ghostbusters in that standard. to that standard.
I get it.
If you look back, if you actually watch Ghostbusters from beginning to end, and you see how much of a lightning in the bottle thing that it is. And look at comedies from that era. It's every single thing about it. It seems calculated and precise. For example, it's one technical thing about it that you didn't see a lot back in the day. This is essentially a comedy, right? But if you look at it and watch it, if you take all of, well, let me say this like this again. So first of all, the movie is shot in what you call a letterbox format. You didn't see any comedies back in the day like that. So they shot it like that because IvanReitman approached the movie as a horror movie. And if you watch it, it's essentially a horror movie with comic elements in it.
Yeah.
You look at certain scenes from it when the demon dog is chasing Rick Moranis, when the demon dogs, when they bust out the couch and kidnap Sigourney. Imagine watching that when you're 5.
No Dana, only Zool.
I did.
Yeah. And,
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, we all did.
I did watch it when I was 5.
But no, it's just such an amazing movie. The chemistry between the guys, and also the score. Listen to that score. That's a fantastic score. That's not your regular comedic score.
Yeah.
But it has its elements in it, like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. That's it's not goofy, but it's
How did it go?
right.
Right. You didn't
But yeah, and it's
quite
just
hit
not.
that.
You look back and let somebody watch this movie from today and ask them what the movie's rated. I bet you nobody would say PG.
Oh no.
You know what I'm? You know, movies back in the day, they kind of had like a little to them. And today, a movie be rated PG-13 for smoking.
Yeah.
Oh.
But there's
You know,
fucking there's the devil dogs, there's the gateway to hell and all that shit. Sexy Sigourney Weaver, there's cursing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's one of this.
Nobody's gonna say
content.
PG.
But yeah, this movie, I think it's such a lightning in a bottle. I think it's such a perfect movie. That yeah, that's why Ghostbusters is what it is for me, and it's just always entertaining. And I think any great movie, what makes a great movie great is you find something new about it each time you watch it. And I think this is one of those movies. And I don't know if we're going to talk about Ghostbusters 2. Ghostbusters 2 is exactly what that could have been if their heart wasn't in it. And they all admit their heart was not in Ghostbusters 2. That's why they made it 5 years later. It was a money thing.
Yeah. Dan Aykroyd
Yeah.
pushed for a third movie for so long.
Yeah.
And I
That's what
think
I
I get. No, go ahead, Nick.
I was just like Ghostbusters 1, like to be like I said, like it's not like on the holy level of all things film. Like I think it's great. To me, more than anything, it works. It's like a couple of like the best comedian actors in the world, like at that time in their heyday, doing like some of their best work. Like
Right, that's what I mean. Yeah,
the highest level.
by that lightning in the
That to
bottle.
me is why it works better than anything. And then the second one is just kind of like, yeah, we did it anyway.
Shout out to
And,
1984
Why was
though.
their heart not in it? Why would they not want to do that? And they just didn't
Because,
want to do a sequel?
Nobody ever planned on doing a sequel, and then
Yeah.
cartoon came out.
Maybe they didn't expect it to
And
be
that cartoon was
such a big hit.
fire.
Yeah. No, it was they just thought that well, Dan Aykroyd wrote it with he wrote it with Reitman, right? Or was it he and Ramis? No, it was Hal Ramis and Dan Aykroyd wrote it, and Aykroyd has said he's like it was the end. They never thought about sequel. Then the cartoon came out, like Randy said, it was fire, the real Ghostbusters, and money.
Written by
And
Ramis.
they got him
and
to come
Aykroyd.
back with money.
Yeah.
And
Also, Bill Murray was like notoriously difficult in the 80s and 90s.
I guess
And
everything wasn't
2000s.
so sequel focused back then. Like now,
Right,
when
and
you
it's,
make a hit movie, you know you're expected to churn out a sequel.
like
but
we
back
said, it
then,
gets greenlit 2 minutes later.
Exactly. Like how
Yeah.
Red Notice 2 already, and it's like that's a Netflix movie. That's not even like you know.
And like we told you before,
Just
I
teasing.
kind of get what Bill Murray is coming from to a degree. I wouldn't treat people the way he treat them, but Ghostbusters 2, he really didn't want to do it, and he did it. And he said he's not doing another one till the script is right. And we told you about the story where he shredded up the script and then mailed it back.
30 years later.
Oh, okay,
and stuff like that. He did the video game in 2009, and the story to the game was cool. Most people consider that the true Ghostbusters 3, but the gameplay was questionable. But he came out and said for the new movie, he liked the script. So they must have did something. You mean
the Afterlife?
Yeah, Afterlife, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Murray said he liked the script.
2 Garfield movies.
Yeah. He was tricked into doing that. To be fair,
that's true. I've always heard that. Yes.
You don't switch up. You don't confuse Coens like that.
I mean, that's what happened when you don't have an agent. When you got an 800 number.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah. He did 2 of them.
they tied him in. They contracted his ass. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's and like one more thing about Ghostbusters. You see Bill Murray and them going back and forth. You think these are improv guys that they're making this up. And this is what I mean by how tight and precise the movie was. Ramis and Aykroyd said there was no improv on the movie. It was very little. We were so in tune with each other. We wrote this way for Bill Murray. And that's just how I think why the movie is perfect. You would think like the little like this man he was saying we had it all contained to Dickless here shut off the containment unit, and you would think that would be an improvisation for Bill Murray. Like, it is right. This man has no
jit.
That's all in the script,
Yeah.
But that's my thing. I think it's definitely, if I had to pick another movie besides Ghostbusters, well, yeah, it'd be Kindergarten Cop. So
Awesome.
I think honestly, like really,
okay, other than those two, it'd probably be Twins.
I say I like twins.
Come on now, let's get real.
Now I'm talking about.
I'm on board with Ghostbusters. Yes.
I'm talking about if I had to pick 2 other ones.
Now you're going like, okay.
I'm
not saying don't trust me. I'm not saying those are better than Ghostbusters than Kindergarten Cop. Not at all.
I'd probably pick Stripes over Twins.
You know what? No, I'd probably pick Meatballs over Twins.
Or Meatballs, yeah.
Stripes,
Or Evolution, I think Evolution is underrated.
Probably his last awesome movie.
There's so many good IvanReitman movies. Yeah, like I love Evolution as well. Like there's a whole bunch of movies that are on the same par. So I know what you guys mean. Like Ghostbusters. Like I didn't even want to like Ghostbusters because of the whole like 2016 thing, and some of the fans are so vicious and awful.
Yeah.
But I watched it this week and I was like, oh my god. First of all, I couldn't believe how I remembered almost all of it because I was way too young in '84, so I must have seen it like, I don't know, 7 years later or something when I had the capacity to understand it. My parents loved Sigourney Weaver, so we probably watched everything she did. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, I remember so much of this, and it's so watchable and likable and funny, and I really, really enjoyed it. I couldn't believe it. Like, I could totally see now why people like it so much. Not that it excuses the behavior of some of the fans, but it definitely is very likable. Now I'm excited to see the sequel, even though I know people are kind of whatever about it, but I still am very interested, and I probably saw that too. I don't have great memory for that time, so. But yeah.
I don't even think 2016 was Ghostbusters fans. I just think it was lame ass white people.
It was not Ghostbusters fans because fans wouldn't do that.
I was gonna say I know some diehard.
It's not like Star Wars.
16.
Yeah.
It's not like Star Wars fans.
It's like a faction, a group of people who.
Yeah, it was just white guys. He-Man Woman Haters Club.
Yeah.
I know a buddy of mine.
You can be a fan of something and have respectful criticism.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
A buddy of mine from high school is he's like Ghostbusters is like his life. Like he's part of like it's like the Richmond Ghostbusters or something, and they make like appearances at like stores and stuff. And he decked out his car to look like a car. I was like, I'll see him drive around like my old neighborhood. And I'll see him. I'll be like, oh shit, it's Jamie. But like he loved 2000. He was so excited for the 2016 one. Like he was just like, dude, we're getting more Ghostbusters. Like that's awesome.
Right.
And I was like, see?
Yeah.
And he was like,
that's amazing. That's awesome.
Like, post on Instagram like pictures of him with like hearts and stuff. And I was like, who cares? Like worst case scenario, it's just like not that good. Like who cares?
Yeah.
That's always my thing. Like it doesn't really ruin the legacy of the first one. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird.
I I
No,
know.
no.
That was Star Wars.
I'm watching it on. I'm watching 2016 before I see the new one.
That's what I'm doing. I'm starting tonight, and yeah, I'm gonna rewatch it. Like, why not? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, it's Ghostbusters.
It was like as good as 2 or better.
At least.
If we're
Oh,
being
wow.
honest,
That's not saying that much, but
if we're being honest, I like 2. Like, I don't hate
Yeah.
2. 2's fine. It's just not nearly as good as 1.
So,
I'm definitely gonna give it a chance. I don't think I'll hate it. I have hated some sequels in the past, but as long as it's not like, you know, Austin Powers 2, then I'll probably be fine with it.
Oh.
Whoa, what was that?
Austin Powers 2 was the best
the
one.
knife
best
just
Austin Powers
digs
I'm
in.
gonna leave.
Oh.
Interesting.
The knife in my back. Oh.
I remember dying at the spy who shagged me.
Oh.
Oh no.
Anyways,
We are
Anyway,
sexy.
this is fun.
We are sexy bitches.
Oh man.
Our favorite Jason Reitman movie. I on Letterboxd I have Up in the Air ranked higher, but I'm gonna say Thank You for Smoking and Up in the Air are tied for my favorite
wow.
because they're both
I've
great.
got Up in the Air. It's number 1. I actually have Up in the Air. It's like the only I give Up in the Air like a 4.5. I think Up in the Air is like tremendous.
Yeah. Clooney was
Yeah,
on. Anna
so the
Kendrick was
funny thing is-
nominated.
Yeah, I didn't even think I liked Up in the Air, and then I went back and I found my original review. I gave it 4.5. I couldn't believe it.
It's
Like
so
that's
good.
a really high rating. So same, Nick. I don't have the memory of liking it. I think
Yeah.
I think the hype was really annoying at the time, you know, and the whole like Anna Kendrick is God. Ever since then, it's been like Andrew Kendrick is God, you know.
Get that.
Yeah. But wow, 4.5. So I must have liked it. I didn't get a chance to rewatch it, but I'm definitely going to now.
Oh, it's so good. George Clooney. That's like it might be like top 3 Clooney like performances.
Perhaps.
It's so good.
I thought I would have preferred Juno. I'm not like a crazy Juno fan, but I like Juno and I loved Michael Cera in Juno. I
Yeah.
love Polly Bleeker. Polly Bleeker is one of my favorite movie characters ever. I just adore him in that movie. It was just such a perfect role for him. I can't say enough good things, but I did rate Up in the Air higher. So I think like maybe the tweeness of Juno kind of probably turned me off a bit.
I remember I like Juno. I'm kind of that same way. It's like I don't claw my eyes out over it, but I do like it. I hated the soundtrack to Juno.
Oh, okay.
It was so popular when it came out, and I just remember being like, "Shut the fuck up!" Like this is the dumbest soundtrack. It's so like stupid. I'm probably more chill about it now. Like if I watch it, like I don't care. But it's just so like I don't know. Like I can't even. It's just like
Was that a banjo?
The hype over both of those movies
That was a banjo.
ridiculous. And I was at Cineplex at the time, so it's just like you get so annoyed with some marketing. So I totally get that. But I think Jason's direction was good. Like it's more like
it's a very good movie.
It's more like Diablo's writing could be a little overly cutesy sometimes, and that maybe that's the thing. But the performances and the direction were good.
I remember people said that she also wrote Jennifer's Body, which has aged well in the time since it's come out, in my opinion. But I remember a critique about that was like the dialogue was like written by her, and they were saying it was like trying to be like edgy, like it was like trying to be like a cult classic, like before it had even come out. Like it was like pretty soon people are gonna quote this and it's gonna be great. And like she was right. In fairness, people do that all the time now. Jennifer's Butt.
Right, that's true.
But
people
Juno
love
was
that
kind of
movie.
like that. Like, yeah. Every other line was like, she was like, I'm meeting up with my girlfriends. You're gay, and it's like funny, but it's like every line is like that.
Like honest to blog. Come on, like that was outdated as soon as it came out. You know.
She had the burger phone. Juno's pretty great. It's a pretty good movie. It unfolds. It starts off like super duper quirky, and as it goes on, it becomes more like
there's more heart,
marital problems, and
yeah.
I think I've got Juno like number 2 on his.
Same. I'm the same. Up in the Air first, then Juno. But
Yeah.
it's weird how I have all these memories of Juno. I don't remember anything about Up in the Air, to be honest. Like, yeah, people are getting fired. That's all I think people loved it so much because of the recession, and like they hit on the best topic at the time, and I couldn't believe it was nominated for Best Picture. And they had 10 entries that year, right? Was it because of Up in the Air? Was it because of Avatar? I don't remember, but it was just so much.
I've always blamed The Dark Knight.
Yeah, it's The Dark Knight.
Okay, yeah,
because of The Dark
that makes
Knight.
more sense.
They ignored it. But yeah, that was the first year that they did 10 nominees, and that might have gotten my vote. I'm trying to think, 2009.
Yeah.
Well, I would vote for Avatar. Sorry, like, come on.
She also wrote Young Adult and Tully for Jason.
Yeah.
See, I like Tully a lot too. Tully's on here. I think I gave that a 4.
I think
I
I
definitely like Young Adult.
I think I liked
same.
Tully until that happened, and then it was like, what?
That's how I felt about Young Adult. There was something in it that I was like, okay.
I kind of like
was
the
it
little.
that? Which one's the one with the babysitter?
Tully.
Okay, yeah, Tully's the one that kind of like blindsided me negatively.
Yeah, because there was a scene in Tully where something happens, and I was like, whoa, lucky guy. And then, like, the switcheroo at the end, it almost made me mad. Like, I was like, man.
Yeah.
He didn't get to live my dreams. But I liked the movie. I remember thinking the movie was good.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Don't kill me during my water break.
Aaron, what's your favorite Jason?
Jason Lives, Jason Takes Manhattan.
No.
I just don't know if
honestly,
it's Reitman or Reitman.
Reitman.
I've been saying right.
No, my favorite one is Thank You for Smoking.
Oh, yeah.
I like Thank You for Smoking.
Good man.
Yeah, I think it's just a hell of a debut.
Yeah.
For him. And did he write that one too?
No,
Did Jason write that?
the history of smoking wrote it.
Christopher Buckley, because I just saw it.
He did the screenplay.
Written by Babalu.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, obviously.
No, but yeah, it's of course Up in the Air be second, a very, very, very close second.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a piece of trivia for y'all. Between father and son.
3.
Well, that's probably right. Who has more Oscar nominations?
I'm gonna guess the son.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume Jason.
That's easy. Yeah, Jason. What is IvanReitman?
Because of Up in the Air, right?
Yeah, because he got screenplay, director.
Like Oscar.
Yeah, he got nominated for director for that. Jason for Juno.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
How about what is IvanReitman's only Oscar nomination for?
Draft Day. Hold on, let me look.
Don't look. It's a question.
Obviously, Foxy
I'm
Lady.
just gonna look at like the movies and see like what I think.
Obviously, Foxy Lady.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Melissa. Nothing, Melissa.
I don't know. All these movies.
Arnold should have been nominated for Best Oscar. for Best Actor. Sorry.
All these movies just look
I have no idea.
Like have a good time.
Dave?
What's that for Dave? No. So IvanReitman.
Oh, Dave is a very good guess.
It is.
People
it's
really like
movie.
that movie. Yeah.
But no, IvanReitman's only Oscar nomination he shares with his son for Up in the Air for Best Picture.
Oh, he's a producer.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
And if they didn't expand it, then they wouldn't have got any of those probably. I don't know
who were the nominees for. That's a good question.
Inglourious Basterds.
An easy way to know that is to look who the best director nominees are, because those are usually the front runners.
Oh yeah, you're right.
If they match the best picture.
Inglourious Basterds, Up in the Air, Avatar, Hurt Locker. Those were kind of like
Hurt Locker. That won all of the awards.
That was the big one.
Then it was like they were just picking random. They were like, District 9.
So I do think Up in the Air.
I know that's.
So Reitman was nominated. Jason Reitman was nominated for director. So I think Up in the Air would have probably made the 5.
Yeah, I mean,
you're probably
was kind
right.
of like a front runner that year.
Yeah.
Or like a good contender.
I couldn't believe what the.
I'll tell you somebody who shouldn't have been there, but that's a whole nother podcast. That bastard Lee Daniels.
I did like District 9 though, but I don't know about Best.
Precious was that year.
District 9, yeah. That was an extra one. That wouldn't have made
District 9 was dope, but like in any other year in the world, like it wouldn't have been nominated for Best Picture. But they were like looking for. They were like, well, we can't nominate Star Trek.
I like how you imitate these guys because it's so true. It's like they were grasping at straws. Like you don't have to pick 10, just pick the best. Yeah. You know,
we just want you to pick the good movies. And they were like, well, we have to put Up in there because Christ, it's 10 nominees. And it's like Up was better than like most of the other movies. Like Up or The Hurt Locker.
And Education.
An Education. Like what is that? They were like, that sounds smart.
That sounds smart.
Sorry. I have all of this PTSD from working at the theater and like, the hype over some of these movies.
Harry Mulligan.
I do like her, but come on. That movie was just okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Yeah, 2009 was like kind of rocky. And then I remember 2010, like all of them.
That was one of the best. That was one of the best. And they actually missed a few, you know, and it pissed me off. Yeah. But anyway.
Like 2010, it was like Toy Story and True Grit. I was like, which cowboy's going to win?
Anyway. Can we spend some time on Evolution? Because I think it's like such a good movie.
Yeah, I was gonna. We're almost in an hour, so I was gonna break.
Cut off time.
Okay, take a break.
I was gonna break and then just talk about the rest of their movies that we wanted to hit on.
Yeah.
So, all right, jumping back in. We can just talk about their movies now. Like we hit their favorites and our least favorites. We can just highlight underrated stuff you appreciate, stuff that doesn't get enough mention. Yeah, like I wish I would have got my Evolution Blu-ray last week, but way to go, Paramount.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Pretty good, yeah.
I don't even know how my brother and I found it because we definitely didn't go to the theater. It's like one of those movies that my mom probably found on VHS at the time or whatever the media was, and then we were like, oh, this is so good. And it's so funny. And what's that guy's name? Stifler.
Sean William Scott.
Thank you. Yeah. He's so funny in it. It's just great cast. Like David Duchovny, Julianne Moore, what's his name? Orlando Jones.
Orlando Jones.
The Sprite guy.
A couple, he was, or 7-Up guy.
Oh, was it 7-Up? My bad.
Yeah, 7-Up.
Make 7-Up yours.
Like that's a great foursome. Like so good, so funny. Just an underrated.
Yeah. Dan Aykroyd.
It reminds me of Galaxy Quest. I always associate those two
Dan Aykroyd's
together,
in that
like
too.
sci-fi comedy. Yeah, sci-fi comedy that came out around the same time. Yeah, it's really good.
I remember.
That's so. I didn't even realize that was an IvanReitman until I was researching this podcast.
They couldn't have hyped it up that much, like from the director of Ghostbusters.
I don't think they did.
No,
I don't think they
remember.
Then again, like it was 20 years ago. Yeah. I just remember I had like an analog TV in my bedroom, and for some reason, I got HBO and Cinemax. It was channel 2 and channel 14.
Yeah.
It was big time for my it was big time in my youth.
Doesn't sound legal, but sounds very cool.
Yeah, it was big times for Nick. But I used to Saturday nights, 8:00, HBO would have a new
movie every week.
10:00, Cinemax would have a new movie. It was like that for years. They don't do that anymore.
No.
But I remember Evolution coming on Cinemax, and I used to just watch it anytime. Like if I turned to channel 2 and it was on, it was like watching Evolution today. Until I eventually bought it, like probably a year later. But I used to sit and just laugh at it. I was like, dude, this is so good. Why haven't I heard of it?
Yeah.
Like why?
Yeah. I don't think they marketed it well, or I don't think they put money into it or something. It's weird. And David Duchovny, I mean, people love him, and that was right after X-Files, or like maybe at the same time.
Yeah, they could have like played on that, like they could have made something up, and like from the people that brought you X-Files.
Yes.
It's like, nobody brought us X-Files, but David Duchovny was in it, so they could have sold that like from the director of Ghostbusters. Like people.
Yeah, like hitting on that American Pie popularity.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, they had stars in that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, Julianne was probably kind of new, but still, I mean, whatever.
Boogie Nights was out. Hannibal.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Lost World Jurassic Park was out. I think Hannibal may have already come out.
Yeah.
You're totally right. They should have capitalized on all that because, like, there's nothing bad about that.
Orlando Jones wasn't like famous, but it was like around that he had like a 3-4 year period.
The Replacements, Double Take.
Yeah, Double Take I thought was great.
Yeah,
he had a following from Mad TV. I
love Double Take.
Too.
Yeah,
I should look up his other movies.
Yeah, Drumline, which is the best movie of all time.
Yeah, it just got to be chalked down to bad marketing because there's just too many good elements to where it should have been a huge hit.
Yeah,
and I started thinking it was actually good. Like maybe I don't know. Maybe it's probably been like a few years since I've watched it, but
it looks like it only made $98 million on an $80 million budget.
I don't know if maybe critics buried it or what happened. I don't know. It's weird.
Reception. 43% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes. See, it's the critics. It's
Haters.
like maybe there was bad word of mouth or something.
Yeah, I think that's.
I just don't like. I don't know.
It doesn't look expensive. That's the only thing I can say about it. I don't know.
The $80 million budget, it only got 98 back.
$80 million.
Yeah. And that's total. That's worldwide.
Yeah,
whoa. David Duchovny's agent.
That's rough.
So yeah,
I was looking at Red Notice's budget was
$200 million.
Yeah, it's the most expensive Netflix movie. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was The Irishman, but now it's...
I mean, what do you think those 3 stars demanded to
you gotta realize that their salaries are included in that, so that's $50 million.
No, I know, but still, that's insane.
It is.
But Netflix loves to burn money. They just burn it all up.
Yeah, they get it right back. They're gonna get it back in this one.
I'm gonna DM The Rock and say my Netflix subscription pays your salary.
Yeah.
Something that I forgot to bring up, Eric, you were saying how Ghostbusters was shot like a horror movie, and I forgot that when I watched it last week, and I was like, this is such a beautiful movie. Like, I actually love the cinematography. Like, the way it makes New York look is so beautiful. And a lot of movies from that time, I mean, they make New York look kind of grimy, which it probably was.
Yeah.
But that is just such a beautiful movie to look at. I it just looks great. So that was just something that I forgot.
No problem. Indeed, I agree.
Yeah. Another good thing about that movie.
Yeah, and a lot of people wanted to visit New York and got mugged because of that. But anyway.
Yeah, and maybe like Evolution, like critics were disappointed or something. I don't know, but it's such a definition of like a little cult movie that more people should check out.
Did anybody have a better 2001 than Ted Levine?
Oh yeah,
he was in this. He was in Fast and Furious, and he did Joyride.
I don't know who. I'm gonna Google.
Oh, you know who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buffalo Bob. Buffalo
Bill, sir.
Yeah, Buffalo Bob was in Joe Dirt.
Hold on a second.
Buffalo William.
Yeah.
And we've lost Sigmund.
Eric said, I'm done. You don't call him Buffalo Bob.
Peace. Eric
Bob
said,
was
peace.
In
He just pulled a Joe mid-record, but turned his camera off.
He did the SpongeBob man. Fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah. For the other movies, I actually put Dave before Junior and Twins. Sorry, Nick.
I haven't seen any of those movies in years.
I rewatched all of them, so I didn't even know that we were gonna do this until last week. I just happened to rewatch a whole bunch. Maybe I wanted to watch all of Arnold's stuff again. I don't know, but
I assume, I dig political comedies, so I assume I would put Dave pretty high. Like I told you when I was watching Junior, it doesn't have like that magic that Kindergarten Cop or Twins had. Like it's fine.
I know.
It's not offensively bad or anything. Like I was expecting like Batman and Robin level, the worst movie ever about a pregnant scientist.
It's definitely better than that. Like
Junior's fine.
The idea of Junior is great, obviously, but just watching it isn't as fun as I wanted. you know.
It a lot of Junior is another one of those movies. It's like, let's get the toughest, most masculine guy and put him in like this goofy situation.
Yeah.
It's the Kindergarten Cop effect. I'm sure there are movies before Kindergarten Cop that did it, but yeah, none of them were as good. Like Kindergarten Cop was
probably starring Hulk Hogan or something. That
yeah, like I said, Hulk Hogan did like 3 of them. He did Suburban Commando.
Apologies,
was that before K-Cop or after?
Kindergarten Cop was 90.
Hulk
Suburban
Hogan?
Commando. Hulk Hogan and Christopher Lloyd did Suburban Commando because Arnold and Danny DeVito did Twins.
Oh, okay.
That's true. And wait. It was like Stallone. His only movie like that would probably be like Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
Yeah. That Arnold fleeced him into doing.
But yeah, but even that's kind of different. That's just a shitty movie.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have like kids.
Stallone doesn't really have any vulnerable tough guy movies.
Not really. He did Spy Kids, but that's kind of like that's different. That was akin to Arnold being Mr. Freeze. Like that's not the same thing.
I think he was the villain in that Spy Kids, and he was in a bit of a slump.
Yeah, that was the Spy Kids 3D Game Over. It was the third one
to be
where they were in the video game. Yeah. Actually,
I actually think we've hit most of Ivan Reitman's filmography already.
6 days, 7 days.
Like Dave, that's a really I rewatched it and it's really watchable and it's another really watchable, likable movie. I didn't love it, but I was like, oh, this is really cute, you know.
Yeah.
I know I've seen Dave, but I also I used to get Dave confused with the American
President. Yeah, I watched both.
Be like, which one is which? It's like kind of same. Like when I was little, it was like Junior and Twins, like the same thing. I'd be like, Twins. That's the one where he's pregnant with twins. Like no. Oh, that was Junior. Junior's the one where Danny DeVito.
Dave came before American President, though, like 2 years before.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that, and then I used to get them confused too. I don't know why we all did that. We all conflated them, but when you look back, they're so different. But I don't know. It's just the way the media framed it for some reason.
It's just I was so young. Like that was just the thing. I was just like, I don't know what's what.
Yeah, same.
What anything is. I'm 8.
I don't love Twins, so maybe I could ask Randy to defend it to me.
How hype are we for triplets?
If it happens, they've been talking about that.
I swear. They've been talking about triplets as long as Dan Aykroyd wanted Ghostbusters 3.
Yeah, when Eddie Murphy was going to be in it,
that's the one I wanted to see.
That sounded great, yeah. I'm not as high on Tracy Morgan being the new brother. Defending twins.
No offense to Tracy Morgan.
No, but then again, even with Eddie Murphy, even the age would have made a little more sense.
Yeah,
that's what Randy said.
It's not the same thing.
Twins?
Too young. I love Tracy, but he's too young. It's like a different generation.
Twins is a fun 3.5. Like Twins is a fun 3.5. It gets a little wonky when you add in like the whole like crime mafia paying the debt Danny DeVito subplot.
Yeah. It's like two different movies.
Yeah.
Trying to be one together.
Right.
And I wasn't really into it.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch Twins.
I like Junior more. Junior and definitely Dave more.
Goofy ass Arnold on the island trying to like modernize himself. Like that's funny.
Yeah,
okay.
Him as and you got to give props to his performance in that movie. That's his real. Yeah, but it's uneven movie a bit, but I still think it's decent and good.
Like Arnold's like this. It's like Goofus and Gallon, if you guys know what. Like Arnold is like this sweet, innocent scientist guy or something, and then Danny's like this criminal. It's like trying to make them together. I don't know. It didn't work for me. That's why.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But 6 days, 7 nights. Any any words on that?
I always like 6 days, 7 nights.
Yeah, I remember liking it. I just haven't seen it recently enough.
Yeah, it's just like it's not one that's like grown and like it didn't grow to like be a classic or anything like that. Exactly.
It's not horrible, but it's not. I found it watchable for sure. It's just my complaint was like Harrison Ford and Anne Heche. They're like I don't know, 30 years apart or 20 years apart or something. It's like
gotta be close.
they
Yeah.
did not have chemistry at all.
That's like-
if they did, then that would have been kind of a hot movie. But the cast did not make sense, in my opinion.
That's probably the biggest like diss you can give Ivan Reitman's filmography. That his worst movies are watchable.
Yeah, I agree. I couldn't believe how much I think I like his movies more than Jason's, because a lot of them are like those childhood classics
Yeah.
that I have a lot of affection for. Whereas maybe Jason's movies are more like cerebral or something. Like I don't have as much affection for. That's why I think of Juno. Like that's actually has a lot of heart. Whereas most of his movies are just like straightforward, like either satire or like it's not as something that I would be like, oh, I really want to watch The
Right.
Front Runner or something.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Whereas Ivan Reitman, I definitely revisit those a lot.
Yeah.
The Front Runner, to me, I remember thinking, I liked the movie, and like I was excited. I was like, yeah, I'll watch this for sure. But I remember thinking, like, they talk about movies being Oscar bait, like trying, like we're trying.
Jason
to get
has
this
a
Oscar.
lot of that.
And The Front Runner was that. Like I remember just seeing it and being like, dude, yeah, Hugh Jackman was like, yeah, I want another Oscar nom.
Right.
He like,
So
thought
yeah,
it was
Jason
like,
Reitman needs
Like,
to
put this wig on me right now.
Yeah, let's do this, dude. Let's get this Oscar. I always think, to me, Cold Mountain is the example of that. Like,
oh man.
even though it is kind of like, you know, it was well regarded and did win Oscars, to me, that is the example. When I think of a movie being Oscar bait, I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a perfect example. And yeah,
No, well,
And
welcome
Renee
to
Hurst.
Marwin. That's my
Yeah,
Oscar bait.
Yeah.
and that's when it's done. Like obviously,
That movie
that's
was bad.
that's the movie that Tropic Thunder was parodying, making fun.
Yeah,
of.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Before its time, even.
Right.
That movie was bad. Like, that, it's not even, some movies, Oscar bait movies are like good.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Front Runner's not bad.
Yeah.
I
Like,
wouldn't
The
say
Front
it's
Runner
bad.
was good. Like, The Greatest Showman is another one. Like, I think that's a good movie. It was just kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, Oscar bait.
But like Melissa said,
Welcome
Jason
to
Reitman
Marlins.
needs to get what he's gonna have in a couple of days, a popcorn movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't
Yeah,
have
well,
the movie.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
the perfect test to see what afterlife will be like.
You know, you
know,
don't
will
run and hey, let me get some popcorn and watch Juno. Yeah, and, you know.
Yeah, like normies don't care.
That's as close as he has to a popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the closest.
But
Probably, yeah.
Juno's very of its time. Like, talk about a movie that's of its time. Like
Mm-hmm.
Nick said, it was all about the soundtrack, and it was like it hinged on that, and
I
like
fucking
all these
hated
cutesy
the soundtrack.
references that you hear a day later, and you're like, what is honest blog like? Generation Z doesn't know what blogs are. I don't think. I don't know. But
Right.
it's just weird references.
Yeah.
It was
and-
cute and like it worked, but it was like immediate. Like, take something so current, it's like it gets old quicker.
And that soundtrack didn't have legs. Like Dirty Dancing soundtrack had legs. Like, you hear that today, but you never hear the Juno soundtrack anymore. So I totally get what you're saying. It's very of that day.
Or like the Juno soundtrack and remember the Curious George cartoon movie that came out in probably like 2005,
Will
6,
Ferrell?
something like that. Jack Johnson did the soundtrack, and the soundtrack was like this huge hit.
I've got
And
Jack
I
Johnson
went
and Tom
full
O'Leary here.
myself. It was all over. It was everywhere. And I was like, dude, fuck Curious George. Like, I wanted to die. Like, I was like, this is the worst music I've ever heard. Why
Yeah.
would people listen to it? It's just ruining the movie.
Yeah, man. Normies don't care that Jason Reitman is directing this Ghostbusters movie. They're just hyped that there's a new Ghostbusters
true.
movie.
Yeah, that's true.
It'll be interesting. Like, will it be like an Ivan movie or will it be like a Jason movie? You know,
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see.
Because you
Is it
can't
like
really
the-
sell that in the commercial.
Can he
either.
switch
Like,
up his tone?
Yeah, like the trailers say from director Jason Reitman. That means nothing to like my niece.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means nothing. But you can't really say anything more than that. You can't be like from director Jason Reitman, the son of Ivan Reitman, who directed the first two movies. Like,
Yeah,
you can't
like-
do that in a commercial.
I think
Yeah.
some people that were like aware in the 80s, 50, 60-year-olds, they're going to see Reitman and be like, oh shit.
Yeah, for sure.
I think something will click.
So who's back for Afterlife? I know Ernie Hudson is, but is
They
other-
all are.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's how the rumor goes. It's not really a rumor anymore. There
Yeah.
are no such things. rumors.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, even Sigourney Weaver. Yeah.
it
Wow.
goes a while back. But
So
we
did
don't
y'all
know
all see the last
for-
trailer?
Rick Moranis?
No.
Everybody but him.
I've dodged the last trailer. I know.
Where's Rick Moranis?
Fucking Rick
I haven't
Moranis.
checked on him.
I know they're in it, but I've dodged the last trailer.
The last
Oh.
trailer, it just had like a little wink that
Little
you still
tease,
don't
yeah.
see anybody.
So the same thing we'll get on
Still-
Tuesday.
So that's the thing. Like,
It's
yeah,
Paul Rudd, right? And like
that's
that
sexiest
kid,
man
the kid
alive.
from Stranger Things, I guess. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. It's like, oh, the sexiest man alive just happens to have a movie coming out. Like, how dumb are we? You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
Anyway.
hilarious.
I agree. He's gorgeous, so whatever. But still.
I'm mad at it. I actually have a lot of opinions for like a straight guy. I have a lot of opinions on the sexiest man alive. Like how they've been chosen. I have a lot of thoughts. So I won't get into that.
Oh man.
This is going off the rails.
I would love to hear them one day.
I have a lot of not even thought, like just like concern. It's more like, oh, are we doing this right? What's the voting system?
No, we're not. But
Yeah,
if it
are we
was
doing-
real, it would be Idris every year. But anyway.
It's all right. The 1992 winner was Nick Nolte. What's the voting system?
It's whatever who has a movie to promote. And
I
like
guess.
and like 3 men from The Voice won it. Like, come on.
Yeah.
How's it's so like
So,
fake.
And none of them were Nick Jonas.
And Blake
So, like, hot
Shelton.
young guy. Yeah, Blake
I mean,
Shelton.
is that even his name? I never remember his name. Anyways, Blake Shelton, like, come on. That was such publicity bullshit. Sorry, this is not what Randy wanted.
Yeah, we're completely off the rails.
Right.
Any?
What other movies should we?
I was gonna say anything else from either one of these guys that you guys want to highlight.
Not
Oh,
really.
no strings attached. I know you guys
Oh,
hate
we
it.
didn't talk about No Strings Attached. Let's do
Okay.
that for another hour.
Can I just say I really like this movie, and I watched it like many times.
I like Natalie Portman on that poster.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Said I like Natalie Portman on that poster.
that's true.
Yeah.
I like her in
I
the
mean,
movie.
come on. They're
Yeah.
both so cute. The cast is great. I'm not some big Greta Gerwig fan,
We're,
but she's in it for people who want
it's
to
funny.
see that. Mindy Kaling.
Were Ashton
Jake
Kutcher and Mila
Johnson.
Kunis together when these movies came out?
No, I don't think so. I think it
I
was right
don't
after.
think so.
That's
I
the
was
funniest thing
thinking
about
No
it.
Strings Attached. Like Justin Timberlake was in the one that wasn't called No Strings Attached. I've always thought that was
Yeah,
weird.
missed opportunity.
Yeah.
It's weird that
I
they
like
came
No
out
Strings
at the
Attached,
same time. And I
Yeah.
looked at the budget and the box office, and they both made the exact same, which is so weird. There's like
they were
a
both like
huge
hit.
audience for movies like this.
It's the
apparently.
volcano Dante's Peak of rom-coms.
Mhm.
Yeah, but they both made so much money. I mean, they didn't hurt the others, I don't think,
It's
which
it's
is crazy.
it's
Over the years,
Is it-
I've come to think like, I when I first watched them, I was like, dude, Friends with Benefits is better. This is just a little better. But like over the years, I've been like, they're honestly the same. Like I'm like, they're about as good. I think Ashton Kutcher and Natalie Portman have great chemistry,
Yeah,
which is not always the case. But they're super cute,
yeah,
and it's funny. Like most of the jokes hit. It's rated R, so like you can tell the adult humor
yeah.
in the adult situation, and it like works. I thought Kevin Kline was funny as his dad. Like that's funny.
Man, that cast is so stacked. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I like what's her name, Lake Bell.
Yeah,
Like, dude, how are you passing on her? But then again, it's like Natalie Portman. I like that. Yeah, I like Attach. I think it's funny.
it's the Armageddon
Yeah,
deep impact of rom-coms.
it's watchable for me. Like it's something that it's a comfort movie for me now.
Yeah, it's funny.
Even
yeah,
I know there's
like-
so many movies that have that plot now, but I really like that one. Which
Yeah.
one came first?
No Strings Attached came out
No
in
Str-
like
yeah.
January.
No
or
Strings
something.
Attached was
Yeah.
January
Yeah.
2011.
Maybe I even saw it in the theater
Summer.
actually.
Yeah,
Like I actually love Ashton. I'm a big 70s show fan. So
I thought it was fun. I thought it worked. He's good in rom coms. Like he really doesn't have any rom coms where it's like he's bad. Like he's one of
Yeah.
those guys.
I like
Kinda
Just
like-
Married. That's another one I always talk
Married
about.
is funny. Like it's a shitty movie, but like it works because
No.
they're so cute together. It's bad, like it's not good, but
No.
it is good. Like it's funny because they work. They're so cute. Brittany Murphy is so cute in that movie.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But anyway, I also like Draft Day. I think Draft Day is, I don't know if I would call it underrated, but I remember thinking it was like fun.
I'm gonna be the nerd that watches Draft Day on the day of the NFL draft next year.
Yeah, that's what I should do. Let's be like, Happy Draft Day.
I snuck it into my throwback ticket stub
So Randy,
this year.
Randy, you haven't seen Draft Day yet, right?
I saw it in the theater and haven't since.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
What did
It's-
you, did you like it?
last
Yeah,
year.
again,
I
it's
watched
got
it.
a stacked cast. It's Kevin Costner, Jennifer Garner, Dennis Leary, Chadwick Boseman, Arian Foster,
Yeah.
who used to be a
Yeah.
legit
Tom
NFL
Brady.
player, Terry
Right.
Crews. I think Puffy's in it.
Damn. Okay. Maybe I need to
I-
see this stupid football.
I
That's what I'm
rewatched it
saying.
last year after Chadwick Boseman passed. I was like, man, let me watch some of these Chadwick movies.
You
And
don't-
I was like, I haven't watched Draft Day in a while.
Tom Welling's
I got
in it,
so
man.
into it.
Yeah, you don't need to be a football fan to enjoy the movie.
I was about to
Yeah.
say that.
Because I'm not.
It doesn't treat you like an idiot, but it gets you involved in what's going on.
Yeah.
Even if
Yeah.
everything isn't totally accurate,
It's
it's
not
entertaining
even-
in that way.
It's the build up to the draft. It's not even really football. It's the suits
Yeah.
behind the scenes who are trying to figure out who they're gonna take in the draft.
Right. Right. You're
Yeah.
right.
It's like it's like watching the movie Wall Street or something. It's like, or like The Wolf of Wall Street. It's like you don't understand. Nobody really understands the plot. Like
Yeah.
what they're doing. Like if you had to go and say like what they got in trouble for, it's like I don't really know, but I'm super into what's happening. Draft Day
Yeah.
was like that for me. It's like I don't really know the science of, but there's like little twists and stuff and like little last minute like, oh, we're gonna do this instead of this, and we'll get the first 2 picks next year. And I was like, ooh, good deal. It's a good deal. Let's see if they take that. I'm like, I don't know.
Okay, full disclosure, Draft Day has no scenes with snorting cocaine off of anuses.
That's true. It should.
So Nick's out, but I'm interested. Like I love Moneyball, but I also love baseball. So I don't know. Does anyone love Moneyball but not really a baseball fan?
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
mean,
you're
that's-
not a baseball
yeah,
fan?
I
That
like
shows you
Moneyball.
that it's a good. That
Right.
shows you that it's a good movie.
Indianapolis
yeah.
didn't have a baseball team, so I never got into baseball.
That's
Yeah.
that's kind of a good movie to compare Draft Day to.
Yeah,
Like I wouldn't say it's as good as Moneyball, but like that kind of, it's all like behind the scenes.
yeah,
Like if it's kind of like
exactly.
that, I might enjoy
Exactly.
it. You know, like yeah.
It's similar. I wouldn't put it on that pedestal. Like I wouldn't expect
Right.
Moneyball level, but it's very entertaining.
Oh,
I think.
interesting.
I think
Ivan Reitman makes entertaining movies. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
that's
Yeah.
that's
what
it.
we've come away with.
That's what we've concluded. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Jason Reitman makes like more awards worthy.
Yeah.
Oscar bait, according to this.
He makes Oscar bait and Labor fucking Day.
Labor,
Even Labor Day, like
fucking
to an
day.
extent, like you look at the actors in it, you look at that poster, and you're like, he probably thought he was doing something with Labor Day. And then the studio was like, let's put this out in January. He was like, no.
Does it have anything to do with the holiday? Is it?
I will say that Juno, it does not seem Oscar baity though. Like I don't
Yeah.
think they knew that it would be as
I do
as
like
big
Juno.
as it
Juno was kind of like this little special movie that was different.
was. Yeah, exactly.
What was out at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the comedies, that was kind of like an Apatow's like heyday.
Yeah.
So that was like Knocked Up, Superbad, Anchorman, 40-Year-Old Virgin. Like all the comedies were like that. And then you
Yeah.
had Juno.
Michael
Kind of like this.
Yeah.
Michael Cera and Juno got all the Apatow fans paying attention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Michael. Yeah, he had a really good year that year.
He's so good in that.
He
Like
is.
that's why I'm telling Randy to try, but I don't know if he will.
I mean, I bought it like when I was doing my Jason Reitman when I thought Ghostbusters might come out in 2020. Like I snatched up a bunch of Jason Reitman movies, and I hadn't
Yeah.
owned Juno, and I bought Juno, so I plan to
Juno-
watch Juno eventually.
Juno is really good. I feel like I don't want to act like I just really didn't like the soundtrack, but like Elliot
Yeah,
Page
we
was
know.
fantastic in Juno. Like that was like star making.
Yeah.
Star making for
Elliot
sure.
Page was. I only knew them from X-Men. And
Yeah.
I was like, X-Men, oh, Kitty Pryde. And I was like, I don't know who, oh yeah, I think I know. So that was like star-making performance. And then like Michael
Yeah,
Cera,
for sure.
Jason Bateman is great in Juno. Jennifer
Yeah.
Garner is great in Juno.
Yeah.
Allison Janney is
J.K.
great in
Simmons.
Simmons.
J.K.
Right.
Simmons
Yeah.
is great in Juno. Everybody is like doing great work. Like it's not just like, oh, this is a good cast. Like they're all
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
fantastic. I want to rewatch Juno. Maybe I should do that.
I have to rewatch
As
Up in
soon
the
as
Air
we
because
wrap.
I don't even remember why I liked it so much. Does anyone know? Like, what?
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
I think George Clooney, like, he's done so many roles. He's done a lot of great roles where he's not like the pretty guy, but like he did a lot of movies like Ocean's 11 and like those where he's like the suave guy in the suit
That's
because
the
he's
one.
so good at like Batman. He's the suave guy in the suit. Up in the Air, it's like it starts with him being the suave guy in the suit, and it eventually, like, it's like peeling the onion. Like he falls in love with the woman, and he has all these expectations. Starts looking at his life like it should be different than what it is, and he's not just the guy in the suit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like Up in the Air. If you couldn't tell, I
I gotta watch that again. I couldn't
Up in the
believe
Air
how
is
high I rated it. I was like, whoa.
Anna Kendrick.
I have
Again, the star-making performance for Anna Kendrick.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Star-making
She's everywhere
performance.
now.
I have Up in the
Yeah.
Air at 6 on my Clooney list.
It's so good. And like the whole cast, like Danny McBride is in it, and like Zach Galifianakis is in it for like a second. They got all the J.K. Simmons is in it. Like they got all these actors to like do these little parts
Yeah.
that like all really work for the story. Vera Farmiga is phenomenal in Up in the Air.
Yep.
That was kind of
Oh.
she was a very steadily working actress up until then, and now I feel like she is like Academy Award nominee. Everything she does, I'm like,
Was she
yeah.
nominated for an Oscar for that?
She sure was.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep. That's what I say. Like, you do The Conjuring and she's in the lead, or you watch the Sopranos movie, it's like she's the mom. It's like, ooh, yeah, it's gonna be good. Prior to that, she was just in stuff. It was like, oh yeah.
That was like hipster Randy Savage. He said, "Ooh, yeah."
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we close out, Disney Plus Day. Any new trailers? Anything you want to hit on?
No, there were no trailers. They
I
were,
didn't
like,
think so.
snippets.
Yeah, just a bunch
Not
of
not Disney trailers, but have any come out?
The snippets for the Marvel shows were really good.
I couldn't find
you
them. I
see
just saw
that?
stills.
You didn't see snippets?
No,
saw
I
snippets.
I saw the Moon Knight hand. I saw like the She-Hulk leg.
It was like a Moon Knight snippet, a She-Hulk snippet, a Miss Marvel snippet, and then like the little thing with Samuel L. Jackson from Secret Invasion. Like
Yeah,
he just kind of looks at the camera. That was enough to get me excited for that.
Yeah, I know I'm watching it
But
all.
there's no dates. We don't have dates. So until we have dates,
Yeah.
I don't like claw my eyes out. That you start announcing a million things at once, I start to kind of like I'm real ADHD. My brain just kind of starts to like.
I have a
Turn off.
friend who said that about, like, we went to a restaurant and she's like, when there's too many things on the menu, I just shut down. I
Yeah,
can't even. He's like, just pick something for me to eat. So
yeah. Because they announced like there's a Cars TV show that's going to be on there. There's a Princess TV Max show. All this shit they just are announcing, and they just
Yeah.
have logos, but like no dates,
Yeah.
no trailers.
I'm still reeling from you guys telling me about Bulletproof too.
Yeah.
I'm still like, what the hell?
I swear, yeah. They came out.
What kind of alternate
There's
hell
like
are we
6
in?
Jarheads
They
and like a Backdraft too.
They- Disney came out, hyped up this Disney Plus Day like it was gonna be some kind of Comic-Con level event. But it's like
it was not.
it's like, hey guys,
Kind of like they made it one,
yeah.
but they didn't really have shit.
Here,
Like, they were
here's
just like,
half
yeah.
a million new things coming out, but we're not going to tell you when they're coming out.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of the stuff was stuff they had already announced, just like
Yeah.
with new logo.
yep.
They were like, "Yeah, who's excited for I Am Groot the show?" And I was like, "Well, you already announced that. You
We
announced
were
that, like,
we were
last
excited
festival.
last year.
I Am Groot the show. I'm losing interest by the second.
Yeah,
But
there's a
what
lot of
it
this
was.
stuff.
It was like, we don't have shit. But
Hey.
here you go.
That She-Hulk logo does like get me interested in some crime drama superhero shit though.
The snippet was good. You need to watch the snippet. The snippet was great.
I looked for it for like 20 seconds and then gave up.
Oh,
Aw.
see, you should have given it the extra like 3 seconds.
All right, well,
Snippet.
2 weeks
The
from
snippet.
now, I'm thinking Ridley Scott will maybe 2 or 3 or all of us have seen House of Gucci. I'm not
There's so many
I'm not
stuff
married
movies.
to the idea, so like we can change that.
I like the idea. I like the idea of or Ridley Scott.
All right, because I mean we can.
Because I
It's
haven't
still
seen any of those
Ridley Scott.
movies, and I feel like I should. I feel bad. Like I haven't seen Alien or anything.
From Alien all the way to House of Gucci, it could be a fun discussion.
That's gonna be a
Yeah.
long discussion.
Oh no,
Yeah, it's gonna be long. That dude just
we're not
88 years old.
He put out 2 movies this year.
we're not
Yeah.
capping two
Wow.
hours. Hey, but
That's
in,
crazy.
in his defense, one of those was supposed to come out last year.
Wait, what's the one besides Gucci? Sorry.
The Last Duel,
The Last Duel.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! Wow.
Jodie Comer.
Yeah, he
But
has a
I
super.
kind of doubt I'll be able to see Gucci and Duel before that, but I'll see his old stuff.
Oh yeah.
That'll be enough. We won't spoil anything.
Like Prometheus, like there's so much. Crazy.
Have you seen Thelma and Louise, Melissa?
Yeah, I've seen that a few times. So that's,
Excellent.
at least there's that.
Gladiator.
Too scared to watch Gladiator.
Have you
like,
seen?
Too scared.
Have you
Scared of what?
have you
are
seen
there like
1492?
beheadings? And I'm just
No.
guessing. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I know there's always beheadings. Okay.
Well, it's a artistic beheading.
Yeah, it's-
Definitely.
it's- yeah, it's classy. It's
Is it,
super
is it
classy.
is it 3
It's
hours?
classy.
Is it? I don't think it's 3 hours.
It's
Okay,
class.
if it's not 3 hours, you might get me to see
It's
Gladiator.
like
Probably 2
2
hours and 52 minutes. It's not 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I have artistic beheadings to look forward to, and 2
How
hours.
long
and
is
52.
Gladiator?
It's pretty
Yeah,
long.
It's actually
I just
compared
watched
to these
it.
Marvel movies, relatively short. 2 hours and 35 minutes.
Yeah, because I watch Marvel movies.
Yeah.
How long is it?
2 hours and 35.
Okay, that's not that bad. I have to say that's not that bad.
Man.
An American Gangster.
I watched all of the series Love Life, so I
And
should.
how many movies Ridley Scott did with Leo?
One.
One.
One. No, I'm thinking of Russell Crowe. How many did Russell
Yeah.
Crowe?
At least 5.
One,
Jesus
2, 3,
Christ.
4 off the top of my head. Probably more than that.
Hold on, check it out. Gladiator.
We didn't talk
Oh, yeah,
about
5.
meatballs or
We did.
stripes, but I haven't seen
Oh,
them.
yeah, we did.
Let me see. Gladiator, Body of Lies, A Good Year, Robin Hood.
American Gangster.
What's that
I'm not
like
interested
rom-com
in any of
movie
that.
he made with him?
Wasn't
A Good Year.
Wasn't that A Good Year?
Can you name that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
American Gangster is Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Wow, it
5,
is.
right? Yeah.
That's 5. Yeah, Robin
it's
Hood.
5.
American
This guy's
Gangster.
violent. I know he's violent. I can just tell.
He says he's mindless. Yeah, that's a. And we gotta talk about Legend. Woo, man, that's my.
Oh yeah, I wanted to see that too.
Oh,
I tried it,
Legend.
and then it was like,
All right.
this is kind of disgusting.
Yeah,
Like
we're going
the,
to do this on the next episode.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
monster
Before
in
we
it is kind of gross.
before we step on the toes of the next episode, let me end this
Yeah,
and
right.
let you guys look forward to me coming back and wrapping up the episode. Rec League Podcast. Yo, these Squid Games is kid games. My flow slap your face, bitch, like I was Rick James. My persona, Eddie Murphy, donkey love. I'm a jackass, but I spit flames. I'm aroused, I go hard, I straight jacket, I'm insane. I don't pick up signs or signals, I could never play baseball. I shoot my shot, in my way I might have to waste y'all. Jason Voorhees, steady pace if I chase y'all. My favorite season is autumn, cause I can't fall. They take blessings for granted, too worried about the instead. Timothy and Theodore are always tempted. Bitch, this a East Side story. Ain't no Tony and Maria over here. We pull a jack move and beat ya. Hit the crib, order pizza, pass you on the street, nice to meet ya. But you lames get no respect, cause you not Aretha. I don't take vacations, don't ever tell me that I'm tripping. Stay crying when I'm winning, you just sounding like Scottie Pippen. And chill until the next episode.